again.
For as long as I can remember, iPads looked like this. Okay, let's be real. I owned the first iPad, so my memory can go way further back than I'm willing to admit. But the point is, the entry-level iPad's design has basically gone unchanged for a long time now. And that's gotten even more evident with the iPad mini, iPad Air, and the iPad Pros, which all take design cues from the iPhone with flat backs and edges and rounded corners. But all that changes this year. This is a new iPad. It's completely redesigned, comes in 3 stunning colors, plus silver. Sorry, silver. Has tons of new features and accessories, and I have the feeling that this is going to be Apple's best-selling iPad yet. Hi, I'm Michael Josh, your gadget matchmaker, and over the last decade, I've made it my job to show people around the world that tech can be easy, fun, and exciting. On this channel, I give you special access to the products I review, the events I attend, and all the exciting people I get to meet along the way. And most importantly, I help you find the right gadget to match your needs. This is our iPad 10th generation unboxing and review. I can proudly say that I own every single blue Apple device that's been released over the last 5 years or so. But for this particular video, I decided to take one for the team and pick the yellow iPad, as you can see from the cover art on this box. I chose yellow because I truly believe that its fun, youthful vibe is exactly what this new iPad represents. I also had a feeling that it is a color that you don't see a lot and that you might want to see. So let's dive in. Let's lift. Let me try to jiggle it open. First up is the new iPad. Let's see what the yellow color looks like. Turn up your volume, folks. So bright, so fun. Definitely evokes a lot of joy. Inside the welcome packet is a quick start guide, a SIM tray ejector, and 2 Apple stickers. Also in the box, a USB-C to C cable. Notice it's a braided cable, which is so much more durable. Unlike the new iPhones, the iPad comes with a charger in the box, a 20-watt charger to be exact. But if you want fast charging, you'll need at least Apple's 30-watt charger instead, which is a $39 purchase. Links to where you can get this charger in the description box below, and the difference in charging speeds later on in this video. So what makes me excited about this new release? Well, I think primarily it's how Apple has taken the iPad and elevated it to a status very close to the iPad Air. Design-wise, they look almost identical. They're about the same size and have similar features. It's got a better camera on its back, the same one that's on the iPad Air and iPad Pro. Photo samples coming later in this video. It's got a USB-C port instead of a Lightning port, which means it now can be connected to up to 4K monitors. For example, let's try plugging it into my Apple Studio display. Look, Ma, it works. It also means you can plug in external devices like a USB thumb drive, or use one of these adapters that lets you connect a USB-A or HDMI devices, or even plug in an Ethernet jack. Also, with certain chargers, fast charging is enabled. More on that later. Touch ID is no longer on a button that takes up space up front. Instead, it's baked into the power button on top of the device. So now to unlock your device or pay for something, you just place your finger right here. Boom, unlocked. It's super fast, responsive, and most importantly, secure. With space freed up down here, it also means you get a larger display. Similar to the iPad Air, the new iPad has a 10.9-inch display versus 10.2 inches on the 9th gen iPad. This one is good. You get speakers on top and on the bottom for stereo audio when in landscape mode, right here and here. The previous iPad only had mono audio with only down-firing speakers here. Let's do a sound test. Here's the 9th gen iPad playing some music. And here's the 10th gen iPad playing the same song. Speakers on both sides also come in handy when playing games, as well as watching movies. Basically, you get sound that comes out from both sides, which is much better if you ask me. Also, you now get support for Wi-Fi 6 and 5G for fast downloads and streaming. Speaking of 5G, before we continue, a brief message from our partner, Mint Mobile. Do you hate overpaying for essentials like household supplies? I recently ran out of toilet paper, and because I was in a pinch, I rushed to my bodega and had to pay more than I normally would. Thankfully, when it comes to other essentials like my mobile plan, I started saving money. And the good news is, you can too. If you watch YouTube videos regularly, you might have seen those funny Ryan Reynolds Mint Mobile ads. And whether you're a fan of the actor or not, there are a lot more reasons to switch to Mint Mobile. For as low as $15 a month, you can get a premium wireless plan without sacrificing coverage, speed, or data. Mint Mobile is built on the nation's largest 5G network. And they're able to keep costs low because they sell direct to you online. And switching to Mint is super easy. If you have a smartphone or tablet with eSIM built in, you can sign up and activate immediately without having to wait in line at a store. I activated mine while I was still in my pajamas. I love that they're not going to make you pay more or get a new device just to switch. Oh, and if your device isn't eSIM compatible, they will ship you a SIM card free of charge. I think it's about time you stop spending more than you actually need to and start saving money on your wireless plan. To get premium wireless coverage starting at just $15 a month, use my link, mintmobile.com/gadget. I'll also put a link down below. Unlike US iPhones, new iPads still have a SIM card slot, but it also supports eSIMs, like from this video's partner, Mint Mobile. However, you can only use one profile at a time. Of course, the iPad Air is higher up on the iPad lineup and more pricey. So it does come with some disadvantages, all of which I could cover in a separate video. Let me know if that's something you'd like to see down below. But for me, the biggest disappointment has to do with support for the Apple Pencil. iPad mini, iPad Air, and iPad Pro all support the newer Apple Pencil 2, which is more ergonomic in the hands, attaches magnetically to the side of the iPad, and also pairs and charges this way. Now, to pair or charge the original Apple Pencil, you plug it into the Lightning port on your iPad, which was always scary. In the case of the new iPad, which has a USB-C port, which means you will need this USB-C to Apple Pencil adapter. If you buy a new Apple Pencil, I believe those shipping starting November will come with one in the box. But if you already own one, you will need to pick one up from the Apple Store for an additional $9.99. That feels like a workaround. And let's just say it's not as easy as doing this. All that said, I get it. This new iPad is intended for users who might be upgrading from an older iPad and maybe they already have an Apple Pencil. By not killing support for the original Apple Pencil, it means that users won't need to purchase a new one, which in the case of the Apple Pencil 2 is $129 each. I don't have another place to put this, but I know it's worth pointing out the new iPad, unlike the old one, does not have a headphone jack. I'm curious though, how many of you still use wired headphones? Let me know, please. Now, one thing this new iPad does better than the iPad Air and even the new iPad Pro is that FaceTime camera here on the side of the device, or top if you use it in landscape mode. Which means if you're using the device like you would a laptop, it's at a much more flattering angle. This is a recording using the front, or should I say side camera on the iPad Air. And this is a recording using the camera on the new iPad. Which one do you like better? I definitely prefer this one. I think it's much more flattering. Don't you agree it looks better? And like the rest of its family, it's got center stage built in, so you can move it around and it will keep you in frame. Because of all the things an iPad can do, a frequent question that I get is, can it replace an actual laptop? And the answer is a partial yes, especially when it comes to things like typing and surfing. For that, you'll need an optional keyboard case. Apple makes one exclusively for the new iPad. It's called the Magic Keyboard Folio, and I have a white one here to unbox. Just tug to open it up, and once we peel off its wrapping paper, you'll find that it comes in two parts. Notice it's very similar to Apple's Smart Folio case, but without a built-in keyboard. The Smart Folio I have is in the color Lemonade, which matches perfectly with my yellow iPad. It also comes in white, sky, and watermelon. The 9th gen iPad also had its own keyboard folio, but notice this one comes with the word Magic in it. Now, what makes it magical? Well, Apple makes different kinds of Magic keyboards. This is a Magic keyboard. This is also a Magic keyboard. All Magic keyboards are designed to feel the same, so when you're switching from a MacBook or an iMac to your iPad, it will feel like you're using the same one. It's got the same amount of travel, the same spacing, butterfly switches under the hood, and it's got a built-in trackpad, making this iPad closer to a laptop replacement than ever. Compared to the Magic Keyboard for the iPad Air and iPad Pro, it's not raised at an angle, it doesn't have a pass-through USB-C port for charging, but it has a dedicated row of function keys. And thanks to its two-part design, you can separate the keyboard and still have protection for the back of your iPad when you place it down on a surface. There are many ways to use the Magic Folio keyboard. You of course can prop it up like you would a laptop, or you could fold the keyboard around the back of the iPad so you could use your Apple Pencil. And if you don't like the idea of keys being pressed on a table, you can even snap it off or flip it around like so. That's one of the things I disliked about the Folio keyboard that comes with Samsung's Galaxy Tab. Sans the keyboard, you can also pull out the kickstand to prop it up like this for watching movies or playing games. The new iPad is powered by Apple's A14 Bionic chip, which we first saw on the 2020 iPad Air and the iPhone 12 series. Compared to the previous iPad, Apple is promising a 20% increase in CPU performance, 10% increase in graphics performance, and a whopping 80% increase in machine learning performance. So whether you're playing games like Genshin Impact or creating animations on Flip-a-Clip, this iPad has enough power to keep you satisfied. Like the rest of the iPad family, the new iPad has a 12 megapixel wide-angle camera, and here are what photos look like. Apple promises 10 hours of surfing the web or watching videos on Wi-Fi, or 9 hours if you're on cellular. And in my tests, I got around the same time with average use. Charging times are as follows. Apple also says that thanks to its USB-C port, the new iPad supports fast charging. So I did a second test using an optional 30-watt charger from Apple. And indeed, it did charge faster. So, is the new iPad your gadget match? Well, first let's take a look at the current iPad lineup. there are now 5 iPad models to choose from, starting with the 9th generation iPad, which was last year's model, which starts at $329. This new iPad, 10th gen, which starts at $449. The iPad mini, $499. iPad Air, $599. And the iPad Pro, which starts at $799. I used to say that the iPad Air was the iPad for most people, but this new iPad is making me rethink that, especially since there's a $150 gap between the two. Now, with its new design and colorful options, plus all the new features, I really think that this is going to be Apple's most popular iPad yet. And if you're in the market for one and don't want to break the bank, then I highly recommend that this is the one you get. The new iPad comes with the Gadget Match seal of approval. It's perfect for parents looking to buy their kids their first iPad. It's perfect for students from elementary all the way up to high school. Heck, it's perfect for adults who just want an iPad. Just remember, the Magic Folio keyboard is $249 and the Apple Pencil one, $99. Now, if you think you'll be taking notes more often, or even sketching and illustrating more, using apps like Notability or Procreate, then definitely consider upgrading to the iPad Air instead for that Apple Pencil 2 experience. And that was our 10th generation iPad unboxing and review. If you'd like to see more videos like this one, you know the drill, folks. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit that bell icon so that you get notified as soon as we publish. Follow me on social media for all the behind the scenes fun stuff. And as always, make GadgetMatch.com your daily habit. Until the next video, I'm Michael Josh. Thanks for dropping by.
Yeah.